Hey gamers, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Midnight Resistance. Midnight Resistance is by far my favorite Spectrum game and the source of my video game passion. It was the first game that I finished alone in my beloved Spectrum, and I still have my copy and I still love and play this game today. I love this game so much that I also bought a Sega Genesis copy on the eBay a couple of years ago. I'm very passionate when I talk about this game, but I'm going to try to make a fair review without the passion and the nostalgia that I have for this game. Midnight Resistance is another outstanding arcade conversion from Ocean, who, let's face it, they were the kings of licensed games and conversion for home computers. I didn't know Midnight Resistance. It was in the Spectrum that I saw and played for the first time. I received my Spectrum for Christmas, and the only Spectrum game I played at the time was Double Dragon, in one of my best friend's house. But I loved the game even before I played it because of the kick-ass cover. And after the loading time, I totally loved the music in the title screen. And after hearing that catchy music, I start playing. Midnight Resistance is a scrolling shooter. We take control of a commando who is out to rescue his kidnapped family, including his scientist grandfather, who is forced to create weapons to the antagonist of the game. This scrolling shooter consists in 9 platform levels, each ending with a boss fight. Our enemies appear on foot, tanks, jetpacks, and in some levels we also have a middle boss fight. That enemies release keys that can be traded for weapons in the end of each level. The weapon list is impressive. 2 sorts of weapon can be obtained. Regular weapon, that we can fire in 8 different directions. This regular weapon, besides our default gun, are 3-way bullets, a rapid fire, shotgun, and a flamethrower. And special weapons, which are fired by pressing the fire button while the joystick is pulled up, or in the secondary button if you are playing in the keyboard. The secondary weapons are shower, nitro, and homing missiles. But there are also a few other power-ups that you can pick, such as barrier, charge, or extra life. If you talk about the graphics, in my opinion, besides the limitation of the hardware, the graphics are very good and one of the best in the system, with large sprites and good animations. Of course that the Spectrum couldn't keep up with the arcade hardware or the new 16-bit machines on the market, so Jim Bagley, by the way I love you Jim, decided to deliver a complete redesigned Midnight Resistance. We no longer have the realistic looking character. Our main character, the enemy soldiers, tanks, becomes more cartoon looking, which in my opinion was a good decision. That gave the game a different charm. About the gameplay, like I said, our main character can shoot in 8 different directions. We can also jump and shoot, lie down to go through lower platforms or avoid the enemy fires. We can climb ladders, and despite some huge enemies and bosses, the game is fast. I didn't find this game hard. This footage is me playing, and I usually finish the game without losing a single life. It could be because I played this game for so many years and I know the game very well. For example, I know the direction of the enemies, the pattern they fire the bullets. I always know what is going to happen next and the best weapon for each level. But even so, when I compare to other Spectrum games, I find this game to be rather easy. The hard thing that can happen is after we lose a life in the ladder or in the platform, for example, the keys fall down and we lose the possibility to buy weapons in the end of the level. The only thing that I didn't like in the game is that, contrary to the arcade, we can't play this in 2-player mode. But that would probably be impossible because of the hardware limitations. We finished the game in 20 minutes or less, but if you talk only about the Spectrum, along with Bruce Lee and the first Renegade, this game is in my top 3 of games with more replay value. I play and finish these 3 games at least 4 or 5 times every year. So, my conclusion. If you have the Spectrum back in the day, or if you play in the emulator, you probably already played this game. But if you are a gamer and you are tempted to play some Spectrum games for the first time, Midnight Resistance is an excellent game to start. At least it worked for me, and I can't live without playing a few games every year.